Hey guys, what's up? Brad here. So I am super excited about this video. 10 stocks to watch now, the SuperInvestor Cloning Hack, okay? So I spent a few hours this morning putting this table together for you guys. Now, if you've seen my past videos, you know I am a big fan of following what the best investors in the world are buying each quarter. And at this website here, Dataroma, it aggregates all of that data for all of these wonderful investors. It shows you what they bought and sold in the last quarter. So I went through all of these and I picked out kind of the higher conviction bets. So each of these stocks makes up at least 10% of this investor's equity portfolio. And they added at least 20 million in the position in quarter one of 2020. Okay. So I want to go through some of these. I sorted these by how much they added in the first quarter of 2020. So Prem Watsa here, I think he's also called the Warren Buffett of Canada, added over $600 million of this company, Atlas. I don't know anything about Atlas. I know it just came online. This ticker didn't exist prior to quarter one 2020. So I don't know what the situation is with that, but it's kind of exciting. It's over half of Prem Watsa's equity portfolio. The low price, this buy price here, I just assumed they bought it at the low price between January 1st and March 31st of 2020. So that's what this is. This is the low price during the first quarter of 2020. Now, one interesting thing to look at here is how the buy price, how that low price compares to the price now. Now I'm filming this on the 23rd of May. So that's the price on the 23rd of May. You can see here, not a radical difference in price with Atco. I would definitely be digging in to Atco. I mean, guys, if you're looking for new stock investment ideas, this is the first place I would come. Every quarter, see what the best investors in the world are buying, and I'm going to put out a video on this every quarter just to make it easier for you guys, because I'm going to do it anyway, so I may as well show everyone here. So this is a very interesting one. Atco, the price hasn't gone up too much. What is that, like 15% maybe, since Prem bought it. Now, Micron, Li Lu has been loading up on Micron. For those of you who follow Monish Pabrai, Monish Pabrai has a big stake in Micron. It's his only U.S. stock position at the moment. And a number of other great value investors own Micron. But Li Lu, in the first quarter, added over 2 million shares of Micron. And the quarter before that, quarter four of 2019, was when he bought the rest. So over the last two quarters, Li Lu has put over $400 million into Micron. And for those of you who don't know Li Lu, Charlie Munger has his money invested with Li Lu. It's basically one of Charlie's three investments. Charlie has Berkshire Hathaway, he has Costco, and he has a stake in Li Lu's fund. So, I really respect Li Lu. So Micron, I'm definitely going to be digging deeper into. It hasn't gone up much, guys, only like a 10% increase since kind of the average price that I estimate Li Lu got in at. Seth Klarman with eBay. Now that's gone up over 50% since the low in quarter one. Seth Klarman is a legend. He could have bought this thing at a 50% discount. So, based on that, might be worth around $52 a share. So, it's certainly not a super compelling price now. But if we, have another crash like we did in March, which I think is quite possible, considering the record level of unemployment. Um, and who knows how long the Rona situation is going to take to get under control. So eBay's definitely on my watch list, especially if it starts to get down below $30 a share. Bill Ackman of Pershing Square added, over 200 million of Lowe's and over 200 million of Berkshire Hathaway B shares. So, Berkshire's definitely been on my list. I really like it around 160. I think it's probably worth about $200 a share. So at 160, that's a nice 20% margin of safety on Berkshire Hathaway. It's a little steep right now, but Lowe's I haven't looked into before. And look at this, it's almost double since its low in the first quarter of 2020. So, it's a little steep, it's a little frothy now, but on my watch list. Bank of America is something Lilu added to the portfolio in quarter one. And he put a fair sum into that. This is his number 2 position in the US behind Micron. So Bank of America could be interesting to look at. Google, Google's definitely been on my watch list. It's pretty sweet when it got to around 1050 in March. It's a little frothy at 1400. I'd be waiting for it to probably get down under 1100. I mean, under 1,000 would be fantastic. But Google, obviously, an incredible company, a great long-term compounder if you can get in at the right price. Cliff Sosin is a guy who recently came to my attention by Investing with Tom. So that's another YouTube channel that I follow. He alerted me to Cliff Sosin. Now this company is Cardlytics and then Carvana. Okay. Now he put over 30 million into each of these in quarter one. And look at this, guys. The low in quarter one was around $30 a share. Cardlytics jumped, almost 2.5 times. And Carvana is up over 3 times since the first quarter. It's crazy. So these are interesting. I want to look more at these. It looks like they're kind of tech startups because they don't really have any earnings to look at. So, a riskier play, but I want to learn more about Cliff Sosin and his track record and what his circle of competence is, because maybe he's seeing something special here that I want to learn more about. And then finally, Pat Dorsey with Facebook. Pat Dorsey picked up Facebook and Google. Obviously awesome companies. Again, Facebook is up big since that dip in March. It's up over 50%. And then this is just the position within this particular investor's portfolio. Prem Watsa, this is his biggest position. Bill Ackman, you've got the biggest and second biggest position. And then I always like to share this Value Investors Club, fantastic resource. It was a site launched by Joel Greenblatt, and it's basically where the best of the best submit their investment ideas. And if they're good enough, according to the team that evaluates those submissions, we get to read them. And so 9 out of 10 of these companies have a write-up at Value Investors Club. So I would highly recommend, if you're interested in any of these companies, this is kind of a first stop. Like, read the write-up at Value Investors Club. A lot of these are pretty recent. You got Micron from March of 2020, Berkshire, March of 2020. Cardlytics, this is interesting. There's one in February and March of 2020, so 2 write-ups, and one of those is a short thesis. So someone who thinks it's a good time to short this stock. So that's interesting. So you can check those out. And even these ones that are a little more dated, some of these from 2018, it's still going to give you, a good framework for how to think about the investment, even if some of the numbers need to be updated. If maybe a lot has happened in the business over the last 2 years, but it still gives you some kind of high level, all right, this is how a great investor looks and breaks down at this investment opportunity. So you guys, I can't recommend these write-ups highly enough. So anyway, that's all I wanted to share, guys. If you're looking for one place to get new investment ideas, go here. Go to Dataroma, or look at my video every quarter that I put out on what super investors are buying. It's phenomenal. It's bowling with bumpers. It's like playing poker with the world's best poker player sitting next to you, kind of guiding you what to do with your cards. It's such a hack. Okay, I can't recommend it highly enough. And one approach I've really been thinking about is kind of buying these companies automatically without even looking at them when they get back down to this low price from the quarter that they were bought by these great investors, and then just holding them until it's publicly known that whatever investor originally bought them, that you got the idea from, when it's publicly known that that investor has sold out of the position. Okay, I think that's probably a fantastic kind of automatic way to invest your portfolio. And I'd be very curious, how investing in an S&P 500 index fund would perform, against something like this, where you're cloning these super investors. I'm really curious, which of those would win. My sense is that cloning the super investors would actually outperform the kind of passive index fund investing approach. But anyway, guys, that's all I got. I'll let you go. Let me know in the comments if what you think of these companies, if you're going to dive into any of them in particular. And yeah, I'm excited to hear from you. Let me know what you think of this whole super investor cloning technique. That's all I got, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.